Hi guys, I hope you're having an awesome day and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Hillary Mulick, a wedding photographer based in North Carolina, and I use this channel to educate other photographers on how to streamline their businesses. And today I'm going to be talking about how to make healthy boundaries within your business. I think that since it's the start of a new year and wedding season hasn't started up yet, this is a great time to start implementing new boundaries for the future busy season. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so I have 4 tips for you guys today on how to set healthy boundaries within your business this year. The first thing is to limit the amount of days that you are accepting shoots on. So if you're a wedding photographer like me, you probably have most of your Saturdays during the busy season booked, and Saturdays are wedding days within busy season. Now, there are going to be other days during the week where you're going to be taking other kinds of shoots like engagement sessions, or if you offer any other types of shoots in your business. And one way that you can create a boundary is by only accepting shoots on certain days of the week. I used to accept shoots 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and then I would shoot a wedding on Saturday, and I would have Sunday as my rest day, and then I would start it all over again. And it was really hard to keep a good schedule and a good routine when I was shooting. I maybe wasn't shooting every single day, Monday through Friday, but I was shooting just lots of random times, lots of random days throughout the week, and then I had my weddings on Saturdays, and it was just really exhausting. So this year, actually I started it last year and I really loved it, and I'm going to continue it this year, is I'm only accepting shoots on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That way, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I can create a routine to do other things in my business. So on Mondays, I generally do a lot of my planning. I do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do over the weekend. On Tuesdays and Thursdays are my shooting, editing days. So I'll shoot these sessions and then I will call them, I'll edit them when I have film come in. That's usually what I reserve Tuesdays and Thursdays for. And then Wednesdays are generally my planning days. So I'll plan for future YouTube videos. I will plan for future projects. I will create Instagram reels on these days, edit them, look at my Planoly, which is my Instagram management system. And that's what I generally use Wednesdays for. And then Friday can be either a catch-up day or just for my business, or just doing things in my personal life that need to get done. So that's kind of how I schedule my week, but I really love having just 2 days a week that I am accepting shoots so that I don't feel like I'm constantly shooting, culling, editing, delivering, shooting, culling, editing, delivering, because it gets really exhausting, and it makes it so that if I'm doing those things every single day of the week or on random days throughout the week, it's hard to plan other things, hard to plan for the future of my business, the future of my personal life, or just to do anything else. It just feels I think you get burnt out a lot quicker if you don't have that boundary set. So all that goes to say, I think that it would be really beneficial if you just picked just a few days or a couple days during the week that you're actually scheduling shoots. For me, Tuesdays and Thursdays worked great. And then you can use those other days to do other things in your business, and then reserve Saturdays for either fun personal things for you or for shooting weddings. The next boundary that I highly recommend doing within your business is planning all of your personal time first before you plan your business stuff. So I have annual planning calendars that I'll show you right here, where I have my whole year at a glance, and I go through with pink Post-it notes and I plan out every single personal thing that I want to be doing throughout the year. So these are trips that I'm taking, birthdays, just shows that me and my husband are going to go see, any type of personal time that I want to be taking throughout the year. I plan that first on my calendar, and then I go through and I fill in my wedding dates. And then of course, like I said earlier, I reserve most of my Tuesdays and Thursdays for doing other sort of shoots like engagement shoots, or I also like shooting maternity and newborn sessions. So that's where my Tuesdays and Thursdays are. So just to recap, I think a great way to create a boundary within your business is by planning all of your personal time first and then planning your business stuff second, so that when business things come up, you're not resenting doing those business things because it's invading into your personal time. You actually prioritize your personal time first. The next thing you can do in your business to help create boundaries is by turning off phone notifications for certain apps that have to do with your business. So I found it a lot easier to disconnect from my business during those off hours and to really focus on my family and the personal time that I'm spending with them when I wasn't having notifications pop up on my phone all the time. So I actually disabled the notifications for my Gmail app, which is where all my emails come from. I disabled notifications for all my social media, so like Instagram, Facebook, because I don't want to be bombarded with those things during my free time. And then even during my work hours, I don't really want to be bombarded with that stuff either, because I feel like it's a big distraction if I'm trying to edit or work on something on my computer and my phone is buzzing because I'm getting a DM on Instagram. So I highly recommend that if you want to put some boundaries in place in your business, to turn off notifications on your phone for email and any social media apps, or just any apps in general that you think may be distracting you from being able to either work on your business and move forward with things in your business, or that might be distracting if you're trying to take some time away from your business, like I do in my evenings, and spend time with your family. The last thing that I recommend doing to create a boundary within your business is have a hard cutoff time for when work ends and personal life begins. It doesn't have to be, like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I can't be working anymore. I usually plan it to where right before I start making dinner, like that's kind of my cutoff. So some days it's around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, depending on what my husband's schedule is and when we plan on having dinner. But I usually like to work starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll have a little bit of a lunch break in between, and then I work until about 4 or 5 o'clock. And then I really try and not do any business work after those hours, because my husband is home, we want to spend time together, and sometimes it's a little tempting to get some work done. I know it can be really hard to just turn off your business and not worry about it anymore and create that hard line so that you can start enjoying your personal life. I know firsthand that hustle, where I was working at a school district and then I'd come home and I'd work on my business into the wee hours of the night, and then I'd wake up the next day and do it all over again. And even in my multiple moves, I've lived in 3 different states in the last 10 years. And so within each of those moves, I felt like there was this season of hustle where, I was in a new area, I need to build new clientele, I need to be working late hours. And I don't think the hustle is bad. I think a lot of other entrepreneurs will say a hustle is not good and you really shouldn't be doing that and you should be creating boundaries from day one. I don't believe that. I actually think that there is a season for hustle, and there's a season for having your notifications on so you can respond to clients right away, no matter what time it is, or taking shoots every day of the week, or, putting those business things ahead of personal things. I think there is a rightful season for that. When you're really trying to hustle, you're really trying to build this business, so that you see in the future, once I've built this thing and it's gotten where I want it to go, I can now enjoy things in my personal life and let loose on the reins a little bit. And I think it's totally fine to be in that hustle season. But when you're ready to come over to the other side of, you've been hustling for so long and now it's time to have that cutoff during the day where, I'm not going to work anymore. I don't have to feel guilty because I'm turning off my business at a certain part of the day and then really focusing on my personal life. And you shouldn't feel guilty either. So anyways, those are some of the boundaries that I have set in place in my business and that I recommend you maybe looking at applying into your business. To go back to the things that I talked about, some of the boundaries that I have in place in my business that you can put in yours is only shooting on a couple days a week and not shooting on every single day of the week. I chose Tuesdays and Thursdays. When you're annually planning your events for the year, make sure to plan all of your personal things first, vacations, birthdays, what have you, and then start planning your business things second. So like weddings you have on the calendar, days you're gonna be shooting, days you're gonna be having work projects, that kind of stuff. The next thing is turning off your app notifications so that you're not constantly distracted with your phone buzzing all the time or popping notifications up onto your home screen. And then the last thing is really try and have a cutoff time for work. I hope these things were helpful to you. Let me know what you think in the description down below, and I'll see you again next week for another YouTube video.